Nintendo is one of the greediest piece of shit companies that I've ever seen, and the Nintendo Switch 2 is a gigantic scam, right? Not only are they charging an outrageous price for their console, they're also going to charge $80 to $90 per video game. And you know what it lets Nintendo know when we as the consumers buy these products and eat it up regardless of what their actions are? It lets them know that they can continue to get away with it.
Have you ever noticed how everything fun got so goddamn expensive? Like the second a consumer starts to enjoy something, it feels like someone somewhere in a boardroom is trying to sell it back to us for 3 times the price. Video games, cards, sneakers, even books and coloring have had this problem. Everything that used to be fun now feels like a bill, and everything is monetized because of greed. And currently it feels like the video game community is probably one of the worst. We used to buy a game, play it, and then finish it. We had full ownership of that disc, cartridge, or copy. But now you're basically renting digital access to something that updates every 2 weeks, and companies have the ability to take it away from you at any time. Nintendo still sells 10-year-old games for $60. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out in 2017 on a console release in 2012, and they're still charging full price like it dropped this year. I feel like you can buy a used car with more depreciation than a Nintendo game right now. And they consistently do this because they know people will pay for it. They've trained people to think old means classic. They constantly recycle the same games like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which originally came out on the Nintendo Wii U, to their newest consoles and charge $80 for it. It is absolutely ridiculous that a game that came out on a console 3 generations ago is still selling for even higher than the original retail price. And with gaming, we need to talk about microtransactions. Call of Duty used to be about playing with your friends from school during free time and improving your skill in the game. Now it's about dropping $30 on a new skin pack that makes you glow in the dark. Black Ops 6 looks like a Fortnite collab that nobody asked for. Every lobby is full of characters that looks like it's straight out of a Comic-Con convention. Call of Duty is making so much money from all of their battle packs and literally just selling pixels on a character that does nothing to improve your gameplay. Call of Duty is one of the few franchises who I feel like really need to just put out less. They drop a new game every year and it looks like the same exact game as the last year, and now they're wondering why everyone is moving on to Battlefield. And even DLC in video games has gotten worse now that companies have gotten greedier, all while they just continuously push to make more money and make their stock owners happy. You pay $70 for a complete game and then find out the other half of the story is behind a paywall. It's like when you buy a book, you get the whole story. You don't have to pay to unlock the next chapter. But when you buy a game, it's like buying chapter 1 and then you have to pay an invoice to play the rest of the game. Nintendo has to be the worst when it comes to this, and recently they've even been announcing DLC before the game launches. Like for their newest Pokemon title, Pokemon Legends ZA, they already did that, and it just feels like they're not even hiding the greed anymore. Anytime that you purchase into these DLCs, you're pretty much buying the game twice. And this didn't used to be as big of a thing as it is now. Imagine going to a restaurant and buying a burger and them telling you that the fries are going to be here in 6 months for $14.99. It just makes absolutely zero sense why all of these DLCs aren't just included for free within the original game. Especially whenever you're paying $60, $70, or even $80 in some cases with some Nintendo games. It's literally just trying to squeeze people out of all of their money. We used to buy games because they were complete. Now it's like you're buying access keys to whatever some executive at Nintendo decided to chop into pieces to hit their quarterly revenue goals. And a lot of people are fed up with this, but people continue to buy their products. A lot of these companies have realized that fun and hobbies is the easiest way to suck people out of their money. They've ruined gaming through microtransactions and DLC, and people just keep thanking them for it by continuing to support the ridiculous cash grabs and increased prices. Collecting has also been gamified in the same way as video games. You used to be able to walk into a store, grab a few Pokemon cards, maybe trade with some friends, and hope that you'd pull that shiny Charizard. But now if you look online, getting Pokemon cards is pretty much a full contact sport. Scalpers are lining up at Walmart, bots are buying out entire restocks online in seconds, kids are crying because grown-ass adults are flipping booster packs for 10x markup. And the Pokemon company is still trying to say that they care about the fans. Really, I think they care more about just printing out more cardboard faster than people can buy it. And it's all artificial scarcity because they intentionally choose not to print out more rare cards. They know that every time their product sells out, it looks like a massive success and there's a ton of demand for it. But they love all of the fake hype and all of these scalpers because every time a product sells out instantly, it looks like a massive demand. They want grown men fighting in the parking lots to get views on TikTok because it builds hype. And I don't know about you, but I feel like nothing says wholesome collecting hobby for kids like a man punching someone else over cardboard. The same thing has been happening for years with sneakers and streetwear. Limited drops, exclusive collabs, only 100 pairs made, but all that does is feed resellers and lock out normal people who actually want to wear the shoes and collect them for fun. We see so much backdooring, sneaker bots, private Discord servers who are flipping pairs before the site even loads. And just like Nintendo, these athletic brands also love the scalpers and resellers. It keeps them in the headlines and they're able to profit off all of the chaos that these people are posting to social media. Even artistic hobbies like reading books and coloring have got hit with this. I've seen clips online of people buying literal markers for $400. For markers. Remember when you could just draw or color as a kid because it was relaxing? Now grown adults are doing it like it's a luxury pastime who have disposable income and nothing but time on their hands. The reality is none of these companies care about the hobby itself. They care about the engagement and how much money they can make off of the process. Essentially, these companies are making people pay for nostalgia. They care more about how long you'll chase the next release, how much you'll pay to keep up with all of their new drops, and then just the FOMO aspects like how bad you feel for missing out. And if you think I'm exaggerating about this, walk into any Target or Walmart anytime there's a new Pokemon release. You'll see grown men rushing shelves, recording it for TikTok, and reselling everything online before a single kid even gets a pack. I don't know, in my mind, that's not a real hobby. And the internet has done a huge part in showing people how these companies will take advantage of their customers just for greed. This is especially apparent in the gaming culture. You think you own the stuff you buy? You really don't. You're renting it under specific conditions written by these corporations. Nintendo, Sony, Activision, they can pull a game off of the digital stores anytime. You pay $70 for that video game, but if servers go offline or if licensing changes, it's gone. You can't resell it and you can't even play it. It's like, I remember a time when you used to be able to unlock stuff by actually playing the game itself. And now we have deluxe editions. These are games that literally lock the most basic features behind tiers like it's a mobile app on your phone. Standard gets you the base game, Gold gets you the extra map that you should have had in the first place, and Ultimate gives you some bullshit skins for your characters. And let's talk about these pricing models. Publishers behind these games are saying $70 is necessary for all of the development that took place to make the game. But it's a little bit weird to me that all of their profits seem to be at an all-time high. These CEOs are getting ridiculous bonuses while they are firing employees and cutting off devs for the development costs. This continuously has been a problem for video games within the last 5 to 10 years, and the whole industry is screwed because they know they could take advantage of their customers. People are saying, we'll pre-order because we'll support the devs, and they act like it's okay because every game does it now. And until we stop buying these games, they'll keep doing it. Every DLC, every microtransaction, every early access code just feels like a scam. They're just milking people for all they can, and it feels like the culture behind gaming is just completely different now. And as technology and the internet has grown more powerful, you would assume it would be better for hobbies, right? We now have more communities, more connections to people, and just more access. But in reality, with the rise of social media, it feels like everything has to be based around creating something with your hobby. Everyone feels like they need to have a personal brand. Instead of just playing a guitar for your own fun, you have to be a music creator. And instead of just being a painter, you have to sell your prints and be an entrepreneur. And even with collecting Pokemon cards, it feels like everyone has to have a YouTube channel to show off their cards. Every hobby has now become content. And if you're not making money with it, people will look at you like you're wasting your time. Everything is a metric now, from views, likes, and engagement. You can't just sit down, take some time to yourself, and relax without feeling like you need to be creating something around it. And the irony with this is the same companies killing hobbies are the ones profiting off of their obsession to keep showing them off. And whenever you post about your hobbies online, all of these companies are getting free marketing. This is what happens when people feel like everything has to be based around money. Nothing can just exist. Every hobby is just a business idea now. And the thing is, casual hobbies don't really exist anymore like they used to, especially because of the bottom feeders of hobbies, which are scalpers and resellers. These people buy up entire stocks from Target, brag about it online, and continue to flip it for 5 times the price. They don't give a shit about collecting. They don't even like the products most times. Just like these massive corporations, they care about greed and the money behind these products. Travis Scott Jordans, they're gone in seconds. All of those limited edition consoles, you can't even click add to cart before they're sold out. And the worst being trading cards, people will buy up entire pallets from stores before a little kid can even get their hands on a pack. Companies who have to deal with this problem pretend to fight it, but come on, you know that they enjoy having people hype up their products. Every time a reseller or scalper buys up their entire inventory, it makes their brand look hotter. They have crazy high demand and they're sold out in seconds because 5 guys came in and bought the entire store out. And I have talked about this on the channel a couple of times, and every time that I've called them out, they just say it's just supply and demand. No, it's just greed. This is the most neckbeard, antisocial, and just weird thing to do ever. It's parasitic, especially when you're infiltrating kids' hobbies. And I know Pokemon isn't just for kids, but if you're looking at it from a subjective standpoint, these companies literally make these products catered to children. And really, these companies don't care. At the very most, some retailers will let you only grab 2 or 3 products per person. In my mind, that's not doing enough. Reselling has just killed the community. People used to trade, share, and help each other out, but now it's all just about flexing and the money behind these products. Especially with trading cards, it feels like it's a weird black market where everyone's all hush-hush about the next time something is going to release, and everyone's just trying to gatekeep so they can get all of the products for themselves. For me, I miss whenever hobbies were inclusive. When you'd meet people at your local sneaker shop or card shop, you could just talk about whatever was happening in your hobby at the moment, trade, and hang out. But now all the losers are just bragging about flipping sealed sets or reselling Travis Scott's for 3x the price. Nobody cares about the actual thing anymore. It's all based around money and greed. In my mind, the trading card community has been cooked ever since all of these creators only care about the prices of the cards themselves. And yes, there always has been like a limited edition collecting aspect to all of these hobbies, but it was more so about what you liked personally and what looked cool to you. And now it's every single item has a price tag, and that's all that matters about them. At this point, every part of our lives that used to be fun has turned into some sort of industry. Games, art, sneakers, cards, collectibles, all of this has been re-engineered to be monetized. We are seeing the death of casual hobbies and fun in real time, especially with social media and the internet. And it's not even subtle anymore. These companies know exactly what they're doing. They know people will keep paying for it, and they know people will defend them whenever people call them out for it. Everything is just pay to play or pay to collect. All of these things used to be so much fun because it was like a break from our everyday life. It's kind of like a mini escape from reality. Like, you don't have to care about any of the problems you have while you're enjoying your hobby. But now with all of the greed from these corporations, it feels like they're just using hobbies as another medium to invoice us. The people at the top of these corporations don't care about any of these hobbies. They're not artists, they're not gamers, and they're not collectors. They could care less about the community. What matters to them is more money in their pockets. And for me, it's just so sad to see where everything has gone from whenever I first got into some of these hobbies to where they are now. And instead of just enjoying something, everything has to be based around prices. For me, I feel like I genuinely enjoy life more whenever I turn off all the ads, touch some grass, and just enjoy my own hobbies without feeling the need to turn it into some business or monetize it in some way. But let me know what you think. Do you agree that these companies have gone too far with these crazy prices? For me, it's less about all the drama within the community, and it's more about the actual value you're paying for something. I just hate whenever people constantly get taken advantage of and they don't know any better, or they don't care and they keep buying the products. And if you like this style of videos, feel free to check out some of the other videos on my channel that are similar to this one. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.